Hey yo everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video. And today we are really going to be wrapping up Pokemon Week by taking a look at my favorite Pokemon games and ascending order. And then I'll just talk about the Pokemon franchise as a whole and what do I think about it. So with that said, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you a quick blurb on what games I like. I'm going to start off with my least favorite games and work my way up to my favorite games. Remember, I don't have all the games on hand. Sorry about that, but I will try my best. So with that said, starting at it, and remember, this is going to be games in general. It's not going to be generations. So you could see a game from Generation 2 at the bottom, and then a game at Generation 2 at the top. You never know. Okay, so with that said, at the very bottom is Pokemon Pearl, Diamond, and Platinum. They were okay games, but they didn't feel complete. I really wasn't impressed by the Pokemon. I really wasn't impressed by Sinnoh Region. A lot of bad baggage came with this, especially, how the battle system worked and the tier listings. I don't really care for these games. I really wasn't impressed by them. So they're at the bottom of my list. So sorry to all you Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum fans, but it just didn't work out for me on those. Moving up on the list are games I don't have, which would be Silver, Gold, and Crystal. Good games, but they also didn't feel complete. Felt half-assed. It didn't feel that much different from the previous generation. So I keep them a little bit lower. There's so much potential that could have been done with them that just wasn't delivered until years later with Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Good games, could have been better. So with that said, let's jump into the next ones. Which would be all Generation 1, Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. The reason why these games are so low are just because they're outdated by everything else. Fun games, enjoyable games. I spent more time playing these than almost any other game series other than Zelda. Love them to death. Great nostalgic value, but the problem is they're just a little too dated for my blood. But they do have a special place in my heart, always. Always. So that would be the number 3 spot. Well, not number 3. Technically, we're working backwards. Coming in dead middle in this Pokemon series would be Pokemon White and Pokemon Black. Good games. Unfortunately, they fall to all the faults to much of the 4th generation games like Pearl and Diamond. The reason why they're high is because it looks better, has better atmosphere. I like Unova Region better. It has a good story for Pokemon, which is saying a lot. In addition to that, I like the new Pokemon. I like the new design. Everything just looks good here. The only problem is it falls into the same pit holes that all the previous versions do. So, Black and White, good games. Really enjoy them. They're dead center in my Pokemon lineup for my favorite Pokemon games. Moving on to the upper echelons in the Pokemon games would be Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Did everything right that Gold and Silver did wrong, in addition to everything right that Gold and Silver did right. It was a great game. These are good games, good remakes, added a lot of new content. There are a few things that I don't like about it. It does have those Generation 4 flaws, but a lot more bigger world. I actually liked the Pokeathlon. I thought it was new. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was enjoyable. I love the designs. This is a great game series. I love the remakes. I tend to favor the remakes a lot. I'm curious to see if Generation 5 does remakes of Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. I don't think it'll happen because 3rd gen isn't too old, but you never know. You never know. So, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, really enjoyed. I play it from time to time. I need to get the rest of my team to level 100 because I do both games. Next on the list would be Generation 3's Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Love these games. Oh, these games were awesome. Love the Pokemon, love the region, love the contest, love the Battle Frontier, love the gym leaders, love the Pokemon League, loved everything. The enemies were okay, could have been better. I think the designs for the enemies look the best. Like, Team Magma looks kick-ass, but the enemies on a whole could have been a little bit better. But on a whole, these games were awesome. I really, really did enjoy these games. So, Emerald version and Ruby version, pretty badass. And then at number 1 of my favorite Pokemon games of all time, and I have them in their cartridges right now, but you can probably still see them, Pokemon Fire Red version and Pokemon Leaf Green, which of the two, Fire Red is my favorite game of all for Pokemon. Um, what can I say? Everything that was great about Generation 3 was in here. Took the original games and made them better. It just did everything right, in my opinion. They're so fun. You got the Kanto region. You can go to the 7 islands. You can have all 386 Pokemon to this point. They introduced all the exclusive event Pokemon, which was nice. Great Terra listing. I loved everything about this game. I replay these games constantly. Well, not my Red 5. My Red 5 version I never replay because that's my best version with my best team with everything. Which I have never lost with this team. Never. And I fought tons of people, but never lost with that team. A little cocky right now. My Leaf Green, I restart every once in a while, and then before I restart, I trade everything over to my Fire Red. But I replay this game a lot. I love this game. I'm probably going to go out and buy another Red Fire just so I can replay that constantly. Because I'm getting to the point with my Leaf Green where I'm really enjoying the lineup that I have, and I don't really want to restart it. It's kind of funny when I play Pokemon. At Generation 3, you can pick between male or female. So on one version, like my Red Fire version, I play as a male and I play as me. And then on the Leaf Green version, I play as a female and then I pretend I'm playing as my girlfriend. That's a little weird, but I do that for all the versions. So Fire Red and Leaf Green, my favorite Pokemon versions of all time. Doesn't have to be yours, but they're mine, and I love them. Pokemon on a whole as a franchise, strong franchise, and what makes them, what's their greatest strength is probably also their greatest weakness. Similar to the Mario franchise, but more so for Pokemon. And their greatest strength and weakness is that they don't change that much through the years. There's added content, there's added material, but it's basically the same game throughout the years, which is good because it's recognizable. If the formula is not broken, don't try to fix it. But at the same time, it's the same stuff over and over. Where I go to play Black and White, I'm like, I'm just playing the same game with different Pokemon in different place. It's a solid game series. I love it. And how can you not find this stuff adorable? How can you not? I started playing Pokemon back when I was 10, so I've been playing it for about 14 years now. I think the longest game series that I've ever been playing is Mario and Zelda, because I played those. Those were the first games I ever picked up. Great nostalgia factor with that, playing it with my brother. Good memories. Good memories. But when it comes down to it, Pokemon is a game series that has been around for a long time. It's done well. It needs a change up. There's no doubt about that. However, it's stood the test of time, and that's why it's so good. Is because it stood the test of time. It delivers on fun gameplay that people can constantly play. I think it's a good franchise, a good series, and if you want to get into it, that you're not into it, if you're a gamer and you want a good game series, what I recommend is doing this. And this is a little biased, but I still recommend it. To get the full Pokemon feeling, you should do as such. You should play Fire Red and Leaf Green first. Pick up just one of the versions. After you do that, pick Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald up. Out of the three, I probably recommend Emerald more because it just has more content than the other two. After that, go for Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and then go on to, what is it called? Diamond and Pearl, and then Black and White. If you want to pick one game from each generation, Fire Red from 3rd Gen, Heart Gold from the 4th Gen, and then Black or White, doesn't really much matter, in the 5th Gen. And I guess you could pick up Diamond or Pearl either. But I mean, in honesty, these are great games. If you haven't got into them yet, because they're kid games, they're not really kid games. They're really fun games. It's really funny. I went to a tournament once way back in the day, and I saw these little kids playing, and I see this Jack Muscle Builder playing the game with them. Ridiculous. So it's for everyone, and I really do recommend Pokemon. It does have its flaws, but I love it nonetheless. So with that said, I'm going to end this video here. Pokemon Week was fun for me, and I hope it was fun for you. And if you want me to try different weeks like this off when I don't have a comic load, let me know. Okay? With that said, I'm going to end this video here. This is Andrew saying peace out for now.